So you were telling me how you came up with "Claim Your Inheritance" as a slogan.
Okay. About 3 years ago, I went to put my daughter in school at Spelman in Atlanta. And during the opening address, the head of the school, when welcoming the new graduates, I actually was in a chapel. And she gave, got to be one of the most powerful addresses that I've heard in a long, long time, talking about the sacrifices that those that came before us made, the sacrifices that our foreparents made, for us to be where we are. And that we are really, in effect, very privileged to be where we are. But the problem is, we don't quite often don't appreciate what we have. And therefore, because we're either ignorant of what has been bequeathed to us, our legacy, we don't stand up and claim our inheritance. And what she was saying there is not that we have an entitlement to benefits. She was saying the legacy of hard work, the legacy of sacrifice, the legacy of building communities, of contribution to communities, of helping our sisters and brothers, has to be continued in a contemporary society. And that is really our legacy. That is how we must claim it. And we have an equal responsibility to the next generation to make sure that they are in a better position. You know, there's an old African proverb that says, if I stand tall today, it's because I stand on the shoulders of those that have gone before me. I walk with that every living day, Selwyn, every day, because I know that if I am off the ground today, it is because of, you know, my parents, my foreparents, my grandparents, and all those people whose contribution and sacrifice has not been recognized. And it's really my responsibility to attempt in some small way, not only to say thank you to them, but to do justice to all the sacrifices they made so that my generation can be where it is. And that in a synopsis is what I mean when I talk about claiming my
And
inheritance.
when you heard her explanation on inheritance and how important understanding what our inheritance is, how did that resonate with you as a Guyanese? I mean, how did you relate that to
Well, you
your
know,
country?
well, before we even get to my country, it was a very, I have to tell you, it was a very emotional experience to me because we were in this chapel in Spelman, lovely ground, really, really lovely grounds. As you know, Spelman is an all-girl, historically black college. And you had all these anxious parents who were there as their kids were going into a new part of their life. And it was a really, really powerful message given the location. Um, I tell you, a tear or two slipped out of my eye. And I also, when I thought of, you know, Guyana, and you translate it to your own personal circumstances, not as in Nigel Hughes, but the personal circumstances in which people in Guyana find themselves today, which is, I dare say, an injustice to the sacrifices that our foreparents have made, because we really, I regret to say, appear to have lost our way, despite the fact that they charted a particular course that was very clear and definite about how we would progress as a people in the nation of Guyana. And, you know, it's one of the things that I suppose got me into politics was because I thought, you know, if you have had the benefit, as in me, if you've had the benefit of a great education, I mean, Guyana's finest that it could offer for me, certainly I was privileged to have that. I had the benefit of an excellent education in the United Kingdom. That, you know, if God has afforded you these opportunities, then at some stage, the people who sacrifice so that you can have the privilege and benefit of being able to do those things, you at least need to create some opportunities for the next generation so that somebody else can not only walk the way you've walked, but probably walk even better than you've walked, so that, you know, as they make their way through their own lives, making their own mark, they can benefit from all the collective sacrifices and guidance that we have.
How much?